Welcome into This Is a Shoot. Today, like all videos, we'll be talking about some of the big news that's happening in the wrestling worlds. And on top of all that, as always, if you like the video, you like the content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't be afraid to go ahead and check out the other videos on this channel. To the fans that have stuck with me all this time, thank you for sticking it out. I'm back now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know I'm bad with the consistency. More than bad. But figuring this stuff out still and figuring how to bring you guys the best factual videos with the fact of, this is of a shoot style, I don't want to say promo or podcast, but that's kind of what this is. I've been making a video explaining what this channel is going to be for the future coming up. But, Jeff Hardy's the big news this week. And it's unfortunate that Jeff Hardy has made the headlines the way he has again. I got to see Jeff Hardy when he went to Extreme Rules there in Columbus, Ohio. So it was nice seeing a legend like himself there. It's unfortunate the news has been brought forth. It all started with the issues of Jeff Hardy walking out in the middle of a match, after a hot tag to Drew McIntyre, and in Texas, and I can't remember the town's name in Texas, and I apologize, but it was a live match, a live tour, and I went back and I found a video, and after he gets the hot tag, he just kind of lays there for a few seconds, and he just rolls out the ring and goes through the crowds. This left a lot of confusion among everybody as far as the wrestling community goes, as wrestling fans. The next step was he got sent home. Which was, and in today's society of wrestling, is this actually part of a storyline? Is WWE just trying to pull a chains, or is something seriously wrong with Jeff Hardy? And of course, instant feel, because Jeff Hardy has had a problem with substance abuse in the past, was that this was signs and early signs of him going through substance abuse again. And we just found out yesterday, or I just found out yesterday, that breaking news came through that, Jeff Hardy has now been released from the WWE, and he has a 90-day no-compete clause, which most, all superstars do unless they come from NXT, and they have a 30-day no-compete clause in the contract. And, it was, reading into it, it was because WWE said they had offered Jeff Hardy help and rehab, and he has denied help and rehab to get off whatever, or help with whatever situation is going on, which, Jeff Hardy has, when I say substance abuse, I don't think he's ever had any trouble with anything like illegal as far as cocaine or meth or something like that, and maybe he has, and I just don't know about it. But I know Jeff in the past has had problem with painkillers, something he actually just opened up about not too long ago, and I believe it was on the Broken Skull Sessions with Stone Cold Steve Austin. And he was talking about that event with Sting, the famous event with Sting at Victory Road, where, Jeff Hardy's problems had really came to light. The fact that they made it onto TV. Now, I know TNA at that time was not a mainstay. It wasn't on the stage that AEW's on, to give you kind of a comparison. But it was still definitely something I remember seeing a lot about and hearing a lot about, and watching the video and watching the match, and it was just bad. You could definitely tell Jeff was just not there. And, Jeff opened up about it, saying, you know what, the problem was he took muscle relaxers because of his pain that he was in. And unfortunately, they kicked in right at that time the match was beginning, and he was just out of it. And you could tell he was out of it. It wasn't just it looks like he was out of it, but he still competed. No, man, if you haven't seen that video, look up Victory Road, TNA Victory Road 2011, Sting versus Jeff Hardy. It's probably one of the most saddest matches, and not sad because it was like, what's this guy doing? Get him out of the ring. It's sad because, especially for those who love Jeff Hardy, and I'll be the first to admit, I've never been a huge fan of Jeff Hardy, but I've always respected him and what he's been able to do in the ring, because I can't do that. Never in my dreams would I dream about doing that. So this all is unfortunate. This is all a shame, to say the least, for Jeff Hardy and his family. For Matt, because Matt's had, think about how many times Matt's probably had to go through this, or heal what he's going to hear over and over again. What's going on with Jeff? What's going on with Jeff? And, that's his brother. And anybody who's had someone who has had substance abuse in their family, I have, and I'm not going to go into that, but, it's tough and difficult to deal with as a family member. And that's just with a family member who's not on a main stage, who's in the limelight of millions of people, as Jeff Hardy and his family is. And so, prayers and thoughts go to the family, prayers and thoughts go to Jeff and Matt, and that they're able to get through this, and Jeff's able to get healthy again. And in case anybody, and this is not a video bashing Jeff, because look, I don't know what's going on with Jeff. Nobody knows what's going on with Jeff but Jeff, and maybe his wife, and even not his wife all the way, because you never know what someone's going through. That's why on this thing that on my podcast that I do here, I try not to bash people too hard, because I don't know what they're going through, and I think that's very important. And I think that might be the message, that we don't know what Jeff's going through at his age, up in his higher age, in his 40s. He does hurt a lot. Look at Edge. Edge wrestles a match or two, and then he has to take a break a little bit. Kurt Angle has talked about several times, especially on his podcast, how much pain he's in now and how much pain he was in before he retired. The thing is, he's no young chicken no more. And I know there's people out there probably right now saying, well, how's WWE going to release Jeff Hardy for oh, here we go with another release. How can they be so disrespectful to Jeff Hardy? Well, listen here. Now, I may not agree with all the other releases that WWE has done these past year and a half and how they've handled it, but in this situation, WWE did offer him help, which any business should and will do. If they know you're struggling with something, they know an employee is struggling with something, as far as substance abuse or something like that, they have to offer you help first. Usually. I'm not saying it's always the case, but they offered the help. He denied the help. So then at that point, WWE has a decision to make. They either suspend him for 90 days, which I know they've done in the past with Jeff, when he had, I don't think it was for 90 days, but when he had the DUI and was arrested, and they've done it with Jimmy Uso. Now, Jimmy Uso is a whole nother story. As many times as he's gotten in trouble, how he still have a job, or how has he not been in more trouble than what he is? I'm not in the office, folks. I don't know what's going on inside the heads of how they handle business at WWE. But I will say the way WWE is handling Jeff Hardy makes perfect sense, because they offered him help. He didn't get it. So the next step is suspension, or they fire you. And since he denied the help, it kind of put him in a spot where they said they had to say, hey, okay, you denied help. We hope you get better, but we're going to have to let you go. And I did read an article where he is still going to get paid up to March 9th when his contract expires. So it's not like they'll just push him out there and he's not going to make no money. He's going to make money. He's going to make some shmoney. But that's why I wanted to bring you guys for my first video back at it again. Is this big news about Jeff Hardy and his release. I hope he gets better. I really do. I hope things change for him. And if he shows up in AEW, I hope he ends his career on a high note. That all being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and check out older videos. Thank you.